Christina here with New York Country Swag. Today our swag session is with Thompson Square. They have a brand new single they're going to play for you. Make sure you're tuning in.
Some men spend a lifetime trying to somehow leave their mark, waiting and waiting for grand inspiration to spark, to leave behind something to remember, something everyone has heard of. Some people build, some people pay, some people do it with love. Shakespeare sure knew how to write down words that would live throughout time, and that Eiffel Tower is still standing. It's built to be one of a kind. Da Vinci's got his Mona Lisa, and Beethoven's got his symphonies. But you're my masterpiece. Every love story was just fairy tales and tears. Yeah, 'cause this kind of story no one could ever make. It started the day that I met you, and this fire won't ever burn out. And I know when we die, what we leave behind, they'll always talk about. Shakespeare sure knew how to write down the words that will live throughout time, and that Eiffel Tower is still standing. It's built to be one of a kind. Da Vinci's got his Mona Lisa, and Beethoven's got his symphonies. But you're my masterpiece. Shakespeare sure knew how to write down words that would live throughout time, and that Eiffel Tower is still standing. It's built to be one of a kind. Da Vinci's got his Mona Lisa, and Beethoven's got his symphonies. But you're my masterpiece. Yeah, you're my masterpiece. Sitting up there on the mama's room, talking about everything under the moon, with a spell of honeysuckle and your perfume. All I could think about was my next move, but you were so shy, so was I. Maybe that's why it was so hard to believe. You smiled and said to me, "You gonna keep kiss me all night? Are we gonna do this or why? I think you know I like you a lot, but you're about to miss your shot. Are you gonna kiss me all night? Best dang kiss that I ever had, except for that long one after that. I knew if I wanted this thing to last, sooner or later I'd have to ask for your hand. I took a chance, bought a wedding band, and I got down on one knee. You smiled and said to me, you gonna kiss me all night? We gonna do this or why? I think you know I love you a lot. I think we got a real good shot. Are you gonna kiss me all night? So we planned it all out for the middle of June, from the wedding cake to the honeymoon. And your mama cried, walk down the aisle. When the preacher man said, say I do, I did, and you did too. And I lifted that veil, saw your pretty smile, and I said, are you gonna kiss me all night? Are we gonna do this or why? Look at all the love that we got, and it ain't never gonna stop. Are you gonna kiss me all night? We gonna do this or why? Look at all the love that we got, and it ain't never gonna stop. Are you gonna kiss me all night? Hey baby, I love you a lot. I really think we got a shot. Are you gonna kiss me all night?
Hey everybody, once again, Christina here with New York Country Swag. We are here with Shauna and Kiefer Thompson. They are Thompson Square. That last song you played, I'm sure you know it. It's one of the biggest songs you guys have. I'm sure we were saying at all their concerts, everybody always screams it back to them. But the first song is Masterpiece, and we need to just talk about that. I am fascinated by solo rights. I just think somebody that can sit down and create something that wasn't there before is like blows my mind. So what kind of headspace were you in? Like, were you in a room in your house? Like, I know it's all about your son, so I want to hear the whole story about how you wrote that song.
You know, this I write a lot alone, late at night usually. Just that's kind of my therapy, you know. And most people will never hear those songs. But honestly, I woke up like we were at a house in South Alabama, and I woke up at like 5:30 with Masterpiece. Just that I just woke up to that word. And it's really weird sometimes how that happens, and so I've learned over the years to pay attention to that and get up and at least write it down. Because I was like, oh no, I remember that. So that's such a great melody. I remember that.
Nope.
And you wake up and you're like, dang it.
Did you ever wake up with like weird stuff written, and you're like, banana pancakes, and you're like, what?
Yeah, no, I've got a whole phone of really great ideas. So like, why did I write that down? No, but I woke up and I had that on the mind, and I tried to go back to sleep and I couldn't, and so I grabbed my guitar and I went out on the back porch and I just started kind of thinking, you know, what is my definition of masterpiece? What is that, you know? And so the best thing I could kind of come up with at the time was just, I think it's any particular person's best thing. It's the best thing you've done in your life that you'll never outdo, and you always probably try to, you know, probably chances are you're going to be remembered for that one thing. So what was that to me was our son. You know, it was an easy answer to a question that I asked myself, and so I just started kind of thinking about him and comparing him to how the world looks at masterpieces, and and just making the comparison with those kind of things, and I don't know, it just kind of, that song kind of fell out pretty quick, and I think for me, like songs, solo rights or otherwise, songs that mean something to me or to us or whoever's in the room, if it's a real story, those kind of things can't be faked.
Yep.
And I think
They come out faster.
Right.
I mean, you already,
It just falls out.
well, you already know what it is, so you just got to craft it into some sort of song. But that's kind of what that was, you know. So after I wrote it, Shauna got up because it was 5:30 in the morning. She got up later, and I played it for her around the breakfast table. And I looked up, and she had
Just
tears.
bawling.
And I'm
Bawling.
like, oh my God, was it that bad? I thought it was pretty good, you know.
And how old was he? Now he's 3 years old. So how old was he when you wrote that?
I think he's
We-
what, 6,
we-
9 months. something.
9 months around that, yeah. He was eating his little Cheerios at his, in his high chair.
Making a mess, you know. And,
Kiefer played it.
she was like, you know, I think it's my favorite song you've ever written.
Yep.
And she goes, we have to go back because the album was done. It was called something else. It was done.
Wow.
And
And
so
now look what it did. It title of the album and the first single. Like,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
well, and it got us to our new record deal family. You know, it brought us to that as well. So it's really done a whole lot of things that we never really expected. But yeah, that song. People ask me what my favorite song I've ever written, and that's probably it. Just because, man, when you become a parent, you know, it's like everything changes. You know, and
You see the world in a completely different light.
and you love in a different way.
Yep.
You love in a way that you never knew existed, and that kind of love is, it's potent. You know, it's powerful, and so that was a really cool morning for me.
And I just love that. I think thinking about, I'm a parent as well, and just thinking about, like, that's something he will have for the rest of his life as, like, a legacy to him. Like, I can't sing and I can't write music, but, like, I can always play that song for my son too, because that's how I feel. And I just love that growing up, he's gonna be like, hey, my dad wrote that about me, and it was on the radio, and it was a big song for them, and I just love that.
He already does that. He'll be in the back seat, and we'll have the radio on or whatever, and he'll ask for his song, Masterpiece.
Except he
So-
says masterpiece.
Masterpiece. He can't really
What do
say
you want to hear,
masterpiece.
Cuba? Masterpiece. Masterpiece.
I love that.
Singing it, you know. You know, so.
That is amazing. I love that story. So finally, you guys have a lot going on with this new album. You're in New York City promoting the album, promoting things. I know you wrote a book, a children's book. So, like, your life just, ever since you had your son, I feel like has just transitioned into something completely different. And I love that. Like, your whole,
It
like
really
you were saying,
has.
your whole world. So what was the book idea from? Like, how did you come up, I'm going to write a children's book?
Well, it actually started out as a song.
Okay.
Kiefer was up in
Evidently, I should
Cooper's.
just keep writing songs.
Yeah.
Keep running songs at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
He was up getting Cooper ready for the day, changing his clothes, and he was singing this little ditty, and I said, well, what is that something, is that a little song your mom used to sing to you? And he goes, no, I just made it up. And I was like, you really need to finish that. That's super cute. So he went downstairs and finished it, and we called our manager and played it for our manager, and he was like, oh my gosh, y'all, this has to be a kid's book. It would be so cute if it was a kid's book.
I was just like putting the socks on. I was like, socks, one by one. Putting on your socks can be so fun.
He was
I
just playing with it.
And he was smiling and giggling. I was like, this is cool, you know. And so after it was printed and put out and everything, I was like, I think I'd like to do some more of this stuff. So I've written 2 other ones since then. So
Cooper actually helped him write one of them.
yeah, he had his nose in his iPad watching his cartoons about 6 in the morning. We're eating breakfast, and I'm up writing again, and I keep playing things, you know, and looking over at him and playing things, looking over at him. Then I play something, I sing something, he goes,
Got his attention.
and then he starts singing the words back to me. I'm just like, that's the way,
Thank you.
you know.
He's like a little tester.
Yeah.
So I said, you like that? Is that fun? He's like, yeah, I like candy carton sharks. I'm like, so all these things. So we had a lot of fun doing that. But that's something, you know, I think over this last couple of years, 2-3 years, we just kind of discovered that it's okay to do multiple things.
Yeah.
It's okay to have different outlets for your creativity, and it's actually developed the other aspects of our creativity from doing things that aren't just one lane, you know.
Right. One lane country music. Now you're like, hey, I can do this too. So something is really exciting happening in September. You're heading overseas for the first time. And what I think is so cool is like the fans that second song, Kiss Me or Not, they've never heard that live. And I'm sure they're huge fans over there because country music fans are, I mean, we've heard it from multiple artists that they're really dedicated over there. So how excited are you guys to head over there and play some shows?
It's bucket list stuff. Like, we've always wanted to do it. Never been in the UK. Don't know what to expect, really. But we have heard from other artists. They have a tendency to dig deep in your catalog, and they know they're familiar with songs that you wouldn't expect, you know, them to be familiar with. So we're so excited. You know, we're playing 10 shows in 12 days.
10 shows, 12 days. It's just going to be...
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of singing.
Yes.
A lot of singing. They better like it.
We're
But I
getting,
think they're going to sing back to you. And I think that's the coolest part is when another part of the world is singing country music back to you, not just...
Yeah.
That did happen in Australia for us. Again, we had no idea what to expect, and they sang every single song in our set. We're like, how? You know, this is so cool.
No, social media is really great. You know, we get a lot of messages on all the platforms, and like, you know, I can't believe you guys are finally coming over here and stuff. I mean, we've never been able to do it, so it kind of always got talked out of it, to be honest with you, you know. And I was like, man, we just got to go. You know, everyone's going to start going over there. We need to get ahead of this, you know. And now everyone goes over there. But yeah, it's definitely a dream come true for us, and it's a way to be able to bring Thompson Square's music across the pond. And the hardest thing about the whole deal is, I think we've decided to leave Cooper home.
I was just going to ask. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
a long
it's gonna
time
be-
and far away.
But I think what we're going to do, I mean, it was going to be you know, just right at 2 weeks without him, and that was just going to be bad because he travels with us everywhere we go, you know. But I think we're probably going to fly him and the nanny over to London and then and kind of camp there, and so we'll see him like halfway through. So
Awesome. Sounds great. If you haven't streamed the new album Masterpiece, make sure you're streaming it on Spotify and wherever you find your music. Thank you so much, guys, for chatting with us. Thank you for coming to New York City and sharing your beautiful music. And this is Christina with New York Country Swag.
Be one of a kind. Da Vinci's got his Mona Lisa, and Beethoven